everybody, I am Crystal Clear 101. Welcome back to my channel. We have a Transformers toy review. And to start off this new year, I figured I'd go ahead and start off with a figure that came out a year ago now. Yes, I'm just now getting around to this figure. But I will be reviewing the Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Voyager class Optimus Prime. Now, this figure was released at the beginning of 2015. He was part of Wave 1 of the Combiner Wars series. He is a general release, and his suggested retail was $24.99. Now, as I said, I don't have the packaging for the figure, but I am going to go ahead and go over him as he is. But before I do that, let me go ahead and bring up the collector's card that does come with the figure. Now, the card itself does look cool. It shows a nice looking shot of Optimus Prime, albeit not anywhere near as blocky. And the reverse of it is just the Transformers Generations logo. It's basically a stiffer piece of cardboard, but it's nice to actually have a collector's card with this figure. Now, let me go ahead and give a 360 degree of the figure itself. There's some things about this figure I do like, and then there's some things that I don't like. Now, let me go ahead and start off with what I do like about the figure. As far as what I like about the figure is, for the most part, it does look like a Optimus Prime. It does give that Optimus Prime-ish type of impression. The colors on him, for the most part, are good. Although one of my complaints will be that some of his colors do seem a little drab, especially on his upper leg, specifically on his upper legs. His transformation is actually very simple. If I remember on the box, I believe it said he was 13 steps to transform. Now, if I am to give any real complaints, I think the primary one I honestly do have is considering the proportions of the body. The head to me is like way too small. I mean, it's almost like putting a dwarf's head on an adult-sized body. That's what this really makes me think of with this figure, is the head for me just seems a bit too small. Now, it also, to me, seems like to be just a little too short. And that's with the head on this. Now, there is a upgrade kit that will be available for this figure. Let me go ahead and state something else to go with that. Which is, considering the version this is supposed to be based on, this doesn't look like his appearance in the IDW comics. The upgrade kit that will be coming out for this figure, it will bear more of his resemblance. It will actually bear his resemblance to the IDW comics. Now, the articulation on him is good. I do like the articulation. You can have him in several different poses. And the fact that just about all of his joints are ratcheting joints, I do like that. It makes it easier for him to hold a more dramatic pose. Especially if you want to do like certain poses with him. And in case you're wondering, considering I said he is part of the Combiner Wars series, yes, this version of Optimus is a Combiner. He is basically a base mode Combiner here. But I'll get to that last on this figure. But now, as far as his transformation is concerned, let's go ahead and jump straight to that. Let's start off Prime's transformation. First off, you can go ahead and have the legs pegged together. Now, go ahead, flip the head in. It goes into the side. When it's flipped in, this Autobot emblem is revealed. Next, go ahead, fold out the shoulders like so. Go ahead, rotate the arms 180 degrees. Upon doing so, these front parts of the grill should face the cab right here. Next, pull out this piece right here. Fold in the waist. Fold down the legs. Go ahead and fold in the feet. And simply rotate the legs up like so. Then, bring in the cab pieces. There we go. Then bring up the arms. Now there is a pad right here. And there is a pad hole right here. Simply tap them into place on the legs. There's a pad here, pad hole here. Simply tab them in. And that is it. That is it for Prime's transformation. And now let's take a look at the vehicle mode. Now, as we can see, for the most part, it's basically a big block with wheels, but to me, this looks good. This looks good for a vehicle mode. I mean, it does have a very Optimus look to the vehicle. The feel of it, it feels very solid. To a small extent, it does honestly make me think of the Optimus Prime came out for the Classics line back in 06, as far as just the way the back portion of it looks along with the side. Not so much the front, but that portion of it honestly makes me think of the Classics Optimus that came out back in 06. Now, if you want to get really technical, as far as the vehicle mode itself is concerned, I can't remember what the character was called over in Europe, but that figure got released over here as part of the Machine Wars line and released as Optimus Prime. That's what this vehicle mode honestly really makes me think of. And to be honest, I do expect to see a Machine Wars Optimus Prime from this mold right here. Especially considering that we do have a trailer hitch right here. So I do expect to see a third-party trailer to come out for this. One thing I will say I do like, he does roll very well. I mean, very well. In addition to that, you flip up this piece right here. Then he's got storage for his weapons, as there's actually a couple of peg holes right back here. And they simply just slip right into place. Actually, I have this backwards. There we go. But when it's put in like that, it does honestly resemble like an engine. I think that just looks cool. But the fact that the vehicle mode itself is solid, the fact that there is weapon storage, and honestly, this just feels like a vehicle mode. This honestly feels good. The robot mode, while I may not care for the size of the head, to me making it a little goofy, this vehicle mode for me makes up for it. Now, I will say the one thing I do want to see come out is a trailer for this. Now, the next thing I will go ahead and show off will be putting Optimus into as the centerpiece for combiner mode. What you do is just like with transforming the truck mode, go ahead and tuck the head in. Now, as far as the arms are concerned, rotate them 180 degrees. You'll see there's a peg here, and there is a peg hole along this side right here. Simply tap it into place. You'll hear it snap in place. Simply repeat the same thing for the other arm. Next, take the waist, rotate 180 degrees. Then you go ahead and bring up the crotch piece. You will see that there is a pad on either leg right here. Simply rotate either leg 90 degrees or respective sides. You will see these gray pieces right here. And on these panels right here, there are little tab holes. Simply adjust the legs like so. Bend them down. Bring them up. See if I can get that on camera. Right there. And that's how each leg should look. There we go. Simply bring down the crotch piece, like so. And open up this chest piece right here, which reveals the combiner mode head. Bring it up. At this point, you can either leave the chest piece like this open, or you can have it closed. And that is it basically for Prime's combiner mode. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Optimus Prime in combiner mode. Now first off, I forgot to add one more step to the last segment, which is you can fold these fists back here. I forgot to mention that in the last segment. But when Prime is in this form right here, he is known as Ultra Prime. Now, you can't, if you have any of the Combiner War limbs, any of the deluxe class figures, you can simply attach them to Prime, either down here or right up here. These pieces are just retention held. So, if you have any of them, now the only ones I have with me at the moment are my aerial bots. Simply slide them into place. And one thing you will notice is that this makes Prime rather large. Well, rather tall, rather. I don't have my ruler on hand, but if I had to guess, I would say this makes him an easy, maybe 15 inches tall. But this makes him big. I mean, I'll give a size comparison in a moment. But as you can see, this makes Prime rather big. And one more thing I will add, which is Prime's 2 handheld weapons. These also combine as well. The piece that has the red connector on the back right here simply goes into his muzzle like so. There's only one real way it'll go in. You'll know it's locked in place. And the back portion of the weapon simply goes into the peg hole for one of the limbs. Go ahead and rotate it up here. And this gives Optimus a larger handheld weapon for his combined mode. Now, as far as some size comparisons in this mode, as far as size comparison of Optimus Prime in his combiner mode goes, here he is next to Combiner Wars Leader Class Megatron, Takara Legends LG-14 Leader Class Ultra Magnus, and last but most certainly not least, Year of the Horse Masterpiece Optimus Prime. And so overall, what are my thoughts on the Combiner Wars Voyager Optimus Prime? Overall, it's not a bad figure. My only true complaint I honestly really have is with the base head. That is it. Yes, it's an Optimus Prime head, but to me, compared to the rest of the body, it just seems a bit too small. Aside from that, I really have no qualms about this figure. I have no complaints about it. I mean, overall, the figure does look good, although I'm really looking forward to the upgrade kit coming out, which will make him more accurate to his IDW counterpart. But the figure itself is fun. He's very simple to transform. He's got good articulation. The simple fact he's able to hold a pose, thanks to all the ratcheting joints that he does have, that actually really does help the figure. Not to mention that, you gotta admit, when he's combined as Ultra Prime, he does look sweet. He does look rather intimidating. So, if you're able to find this guy reasonably priced, then I would suggest, picking this guy up. And especially with the upgrade kit that's going to be available, then for me, it definitely makes this figure worth picking up. So if you like Optimus Prime, if you like Transformers in general, do pick him up. He is actually a good figure. He is actually rather fun to fool with. But this will wrap up my review on the Transformers Combiner Wars Voyager class Optimus Prime. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.